How does trauma impact the family? All families experience trauma differently. Some factors might include the children's age, or the family's culture, or the ethnicity. All these things may influence how the family will cope or recover after a traumatic event. Families that come together after traumatic experiences can strengthen those bonds, and they can increase their ability to be resilient. Families that are dealing with high levels of stress, limited resources, and multiple traumas are more likely to find their coping resources depleted. Any efforts to plan or problem solve are usually not going to be effective at this high a degree of stress, and it's going to result in a crisis and a lot of family discord, which will often show up in attitudes, emotional dysregulation, and into shutting down from ability to communicate effectively. According to the National Traumatic Stress Network, children, adolescents, and adult family members can experience mild, moderate, or even severe post-traumatic stress symptoms following a traumatic event. After the traumatic exposure, some people will grow stronger and develop a new appreciation for life. We call this resiliency. Others may struggle with continuing related problems, disrupt their daily functioning at school, their ability to hold down a job to work. Even relationships can break up and disintegrate. Extended family relationships can offer some sustaining resources in the form of various family rituals and traditions. Extended family members can provide emotional support and some caregiving when parents can't cope or need a break. Some families who have some very significant trauma across the generations may experience current problems in functioning, and they risk transmitting the effects of that trauma to the next generation. Part of this is culture, part of this is inborn genetics, and we're just now beginning to understand the role that epigenetics plays in dealing with generational trauma in both second as well as the third generation. How strong the adult intimate relationships are is going to determine how well people recover and bounce back. Many intimate partners struggle with communication, have difficulty expressing emotion, or maintaining intimacy following a traumatic event. This makes them less available to each other, increases the risk of separation, conflict, and even interpersonal violence. Another supportive function is sibling relationships. Those relationships that are close and supportive can offer a buffer against some of the negative effects of trauma. Sibling relationships are the ones that we have probably for the longest term in our lifetime, and in research shows that actually has more of a powerful bond in individual members than even the parenting relationship. Siblings who are not directly exposed to trauma can suffer secondary, even vicarious traumatic stress. These symptoms mirror the post-traumatic stress and interfere with functioning both at home and school as well. You can get more tools on how to develop resiliency and deal with traumatic stress at thetraumatoolbox.com.